All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, and Salakia about the darkness. I'm still driving right now, but through the Spirit, I wanted to get into a lesson, which more so a commentary. Because I was meditating, and as I was watching the Yodai Tazwam's live stream, I was meditating upon that, what I titled this video, Think Positively. Okay, and the reason it is so important and is so crucial for us to think positively, all right, is because, we're in Babylon and we're all humans, we're all in the flesh, we all have our days and our moments in which, you may not be in the highest of spirits, but it's always good to try and keep yourself in a positive mindset. All right, because when you're in a negative, the woe is me, I ain't shit, nothing is ever gonna happen, what that does is it starts to create a breeding ground for demons. All right, because keep in mind that demons, the first place demons really mainly attack is your mind. All right, that's how they get you. All right, what the mind says, the body follows, right? So if you captivate the mind, everything else is yours, right? The operating room, and that's your mind. And so if you keep your mind negative, you're creating an environment for these demons to come in there. Because what demons, think about it, right? What demons bring positive outcomes? Now you may say, well, you may have demons on you and then, you may go through something and then learn from it, but that's one thing. But when pretty much 10 times out of 10, when a demon jumps on you, it's something negative. That's why you say you got demons on you. And why, if it was not something negative, why would you rebuke demons, right? Because when demons jump on you, the second you realize you got demons on you or demons on somebody else, you rebuke it and you get as far away from it as possible, right? Because it's going to lead to a negative outcome. So if you start having that negative environment up here, which is a breeding ground for these demons, guess what? They're going to take advantage of that, and that's what goes into letting things fester. When maybe something may happen. That's why the scriptures talk about not letting the sun go down on your wrath, your anger, not holding grudges and all those kinds of things. Because when you hold on to those, where do you hold on to them at? Your mind. And when you do that, you don't have positive thoughts in your mind. All right, your thoughts in your mind are negative. And as it starts to fester, the demons come in there, they water it, they add on to it, and it gets worse. You may be in a woe is me spirit, but if you don't check that, what's going to happen is that woe is me spirit is going to escalate. It's not just going to stay, I'm constantly catching hell and nothing is going good for me. And then soon it becomes nothing ever goes good for me. And then, next thing you know, you're doing something crazy and dramatic. So you have to, we all have to remain positive thinkers, because a positive thinker, when you think positively, your energy is positive. Even when you smile, when you smile. Now there's a scripture that says, a wise man doth scarcely smile, something along those lines. Now it doesn't mean that just because of that, you walk around every day with a big ass, mean ass frown on your face. Somebody looks at you and you look like Kimbo Slice. Like you want a slice of their face or something. No, that's not what it means. Because when you walk around all day thinking negative thoughts, being down, being gloomy, having that angry face, that actually changes your mood. It affects your mood. It actually makes you exhibit that energy. And not only does that energy affect you, but it also radiates and affects brothers and those that are around you. Because guess what? You can sense negative energy. If somebody walks into the room and they have a negative energy, how do you think people know when somebody's down, when somebody's not up in spirits, even if they don't say anything? It's because the energy they're giving off, you can sense it. you know? And when you come around, you know, with down, gloomy energy, nobody wants to be associated with that. You know, nobody wants to be around that kind of energy, you know, especially if it's like consistent and there's always, you know, that can actually start to affect your output in this truth. You know, it can start to affect how you perform, you know, how you do videos, how you do all of these things, you know, and ultimately you start doing things without your heart being in it. You're just going through the motions. You know, oh, we in Babylon, this place ain't shit anyway. You know, why should I? That's going to affect you. You know, that's going to affect you negatively. You're not going to be able to grow. Okay, because growth comes from positivity. Now, you can't remain positive 24/7. There's a balance to it all. But you got to meditate. That's why you have to meditate. Hey, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Shem Shai Brakatham. You know, to you all. That's why you have to meditate on the positives. Look at the bright side of things. You know, yeah, things are going bad, but look at the bright side of things. Hope is a very powerful thing. And when you think negatively, you lose hope. All right, yeah, they're engineering a famine and they're setting up this and they're coming for the kids and they're doing all of these things. But look at the positive side of this. If they don't do that, we can't get to the kingdom. There's only one path to the kingdom of heaven. And that's the road of prophecy, and that's where we're on right now. You know, so if we don't continue on this road, we can't get to the kingdom. So yeah, it's what they're doing is evil, but then again, it's a necessary evil. You know, you have to maintain these positive thoughts. Okay, you meditate on the kingdom, meditate upon the blessings and the glory that's to come. It's not always about the negative, you know, and the destruction and, you know, and the death. You know, because, hey, the scriptures, what did the angel tell Ezra? Inquire as to how the righteous shall be saved, you know, and not how the ungodly are going to be punished, because they're going to get their judgment anyway. You know, but the important thing is salvation. So that positive thinking puts you, you know, it raises your energy. Okay, and that's a very important thing, as the scriptures talk about being fervent in spirit and not slothful. When people go into what they call depression, which is really just demons messing with people, you know, but Esau likes to categorize everything, right? He has to put a label to everything so that he can feel as though he invented it. You know, he's an expert at it because he has a label for it. All right, but a lot of these things are just demons messing with people. But and the second they slap a label on it, you know, or they slap a label on you, what does that lead to? That leads to you accepting it. And when you accept it, then it actually starts to affect you even more heavily. You know, oh, they said that you have depression. Oh, okay. You know, I got depression. What does depression mean? Now, symptoms that you don't even have, but because, for example, you may be experiencing one thing, right? And they may say, well, you have depression. You know, you're depressed. And depression comes with blah and blah and blah and blah and blah and blah. And you may not have all of those things, but just because they told you you're depressed, now you start to think that you have those things. And then, you know how a placebo works. It can work positively and it can also work negatively. So then it starts to affect you in a negative way. You feel in ways that you shouldn't feel. You know, you actually becoming what they call depressed just because they told you you're depressed. You know, so, and that's all on the mind. You know, it's all on the mind. And now in this condition in which the world is in right now, everything around us is negative. You know, there's constant negative energy being pushed upon the inhabitants of the planet Earth, heavily concentrated towards Israelites. Okay? Isaiah, the 60th chapter, talks about gross darkness, the people. Darkness is associated with negativity. Light is associated with positivity. And the scriptures say that, what? We are not the children of the night, you know, but we are children of the day, of the light. Okay, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them, but we have the light. So we should speak what? Speak life, because, you know, when you speak, you can actually speak things into existence. Before you do something, if your mind is already that you're gonna fail, there's an increased chance that you are gonna fail. Because you don't have the confidence with faith. You're not moving with faith that you're going to succeed. In your mind, you think, whatever, I'm not good at this anyway. You start off, I'm not good at this. It's just, bro, just go into it, and see how it turns out. But if you already having like I forgot where I heard this, but they mentioned it dealing with like fighting, and they say the battle starts in the mind. Because if you break somebody's will to fight, or somebody goes into a fight already thinking they're gonna lose, guess what? It's over for their ass. But you may have somebody who statistically their chances of winning might not be too high. It might not be too high, but they go in there with the fighting, mindset, and hey, they may not win or they may win. But even if they don't win, they're gonna put up a hell of a fight. Because in their mind, they're like, hey, David and Goliath, for example. David and Goliath. Now, Saul was thinking negatively. The Israel was thinking Israel was thinking in a negative mindset. But David came there with all that positivity. He's like, look, man, now you think David had any doubt in his mind that he was gonna, fail or lose? No. He came there with all that confidence. His mind was like, well, why the hell are you letting this uncircumcised heathen, this filthy ass Philistine with what, 6 fingers and 6 toes or some shit, disrespect our power? He didn't look at Goliath's size and say, oh, damn, this nigga big shit, I knew they said they were giants, but fuck, God, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know, how am I supposed to do? Yo, give me the helmet, give me the shield, give me everything you got. No. He didn't come in there with that mindset. He came in there with faith, and faith is positive. Faith is life, And if you want life, you have to give life. You have to think life, You have to speak life. We got to focus on I remember the elder Yashawamba, mentioned this, which he constantly harps on this, but we have to speak life, speak, the victory, meditate on the victory. Because at the end of the day, what does it say in Revelation 15:2? It says that they overcame, right? They got the victory over the beast through the blood of Yahushua. But at the end of the day, what does the story end with? It ends with the victory of the elect. It doesn't end with the loss or the destruction. It ends with the victory. And through the destruction, there's going to be salvation. So why, now you may know about the destruction, but why take that energy? Why take that route? Why not take the positive, the salvation energy? The energy that's going to come from salvation. Why not meditate on that? You think of Jacob's trouble. Damn, it's going to be cold. It might be cold. Famines, no food. But when those thoughts come, why not think about deliverance? Why not think about the Lord, having miracles happen? The Lord putting the Spirit on people, like Brother Haran, he be having, he's been having quite a lot of dreams along with other brothers and elders, about deliverance. So you got to meditate on these things. You think of Jacob's trouble, well, think about the different ways the Lord can deliver us in that time. And if anything, that'll make you excited instead of afraid. Oh my gosh, yo, what if this, what if that, enough with the what ifs, man. What about what is? What do we know is? Well, we know that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said he's going to deliver us. We know that. That's there. We know that exists. We know that's true. These freaking Centaurians, man. But we know all of these things. So knowing all of these things, what kind of energy should we be in? Slakia, let me just pass by here right quick. Can I? We have to meditate and speak and actually live these things. Okay? Because at the end of the day, guess what? We are in the best position in terms of everybody that's on the planet Earth right now. Because we have a shot at salvation. We have the hope. We have the hope of eternal glory. We have the hope of deliverance. This world doesn't have that. This world, all they have is sorrows, and the best, right? The best that this world can really get is ignorance. Right? The little sense of the little taste of bliss that comes from the ignorance of being in the world, that's the best they can get. Because the second that's gone, what's left? Because the second they stop being ignorant of the things that are happening and they start it starts hitting them in the face, what hope do they have? Because they don't, even wicked Israelites who we know that those that get destroyed are going to come back in the kingdom, there's a lot of them that don't believe that, don't care, they don't put that into their mind. So even in that, they don't have so in their mind, they're just done. But they're not thinking about that. See, that's why I said the bliss, because the ignorance is giving them that little moment of blissfulness, however you want to word it. You tell them there's a famine coming, nah, you chatting, bro, you chatting, ain't no famine coming, bro, stop playing. Okay, so then they go about living their regular day-to-day lives, but when the famine hits them, then they're gonna realize, no, hold up, he wasn't chatting. I don't have the ability to go about living my regular day-to-day life because of the fact that there actually is a famine here, and I have to deal with it, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what comes after. I don't know if I'm gonna survive it or if it's gonna destroy me. And these things actually affect people, man. So the ultimate message is we have to think more positively. Okay? When you go through certain situations, certain negative things happen to you in real life, don't be so quick to look at the negative side of it. Yeah, it's you're in a negative position, but don't be so quick to look at it in a negative light. Don't be so quick to think about it. Oh shit, this, then. Sometimes you just got to look at it in the spiritual sense. And when you get the understanding of it, you'll understand what does it say in Romans 8 and I believe 28, that all things work to the good of them that love the Most High. So yeah, it may be a bad feeling in the flesh, but what's the ultimate working of it in the spirit? How can something positive come of this current negative? What can the Lord be trying to show me or teach me, or what can I possibly gain from this? And sometimes you may think and nothing may come to mind. You may not be able to find out a reason as to why you're going through what you're going through at that moment. But guess what? Sometime later, it'll come up. Sometime later, you'll find out. Sometime later, the Lord will reveal it to you. This is why I had you go through whatever it is you went through. And whatever experience you might have gained might come in handy in that time. But you so quick. Wow, what the, what I'm saying? That, shit, my toe. That's my, I can't grow that shit back. Whatever the case is, whatever happens to you, and you already losing it, and then you start getting carnal, because ultimately that's what negative thoughts lead to, carnality. You gotta have that faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. And when you have faith in the Lord, you're able to let things go. You don't harp on things, because when you have faith in the Lord and you leave it up to the Lord, you're able to let it go. You don't cling on to it. You don't hold it as a grudge. You don't do any of that stuff. Because you say, what, the Lord will handle it. Somebody does you wrong, and you may be pissed and you may want to do something about it, but you know what? You say, you know what? I pray to the Lord and I'll let the Lord, plead my cause. And the Lord will do something that's much more effective than whatever you could have done. Because whatever it is that you wanted to do, it might have, you might have appeased your anger, your flesh, but then now you have to pay the consequence. Because the Lord doesn't deal with out of orderness. You have to still be in order. An example is King David. When he was dealing with, I believe the individual's name was Nabal. And he was a wicked son of Belial, I believe that's how the scriptures worded it. And he was a stingy ass, grimy ass air muff, to be, light on the language. He was an air muff, right? A mofo. And after David and his men had taken care of, this guy's sheep and his men and so on and so forth, they asked for a little bit of, food, water. And this guy's grimy ass, wicked ass is out here, nah, what, you started railing, started railing. And so King David was upset because he got done wrong. And what did he want to do? He wanted to go there and he wanted to slay Nabal, and he wanted to slay all those that were of his house, right? Because he said it. That if by tomorrow morning, if I haven't slain all that piss against the wall, right? So King David was upset, but that's the Most High knew that if he was to do that, see, he wouldn't be justified. Though this dude did something that's messed up, technically there's no law that says that if somebody does what David did, you have to give them this, that, and the third. See? So David might have put him to death, but when you go into the law and you try to find where it says that David would have been justified in putting him to death, it wouldn't be there. And in essence, that wouldn't have been a killing, that would have been murder. And now David would have had to pay for that, right? I mean, if there's an audience watching, they would have been like, hell yeah, that dude deserved it. But then again, you got to go according to order. What is this guy doing? Goodness gracious. You have to go according to order. And that's why the Lord said, you know what? I got it. That's why he intervened by sending, Nabal's wife, Abigail, to go and to pacify David and to talk to him, and then he left it up to the Lord. And what happened? The Lord still put that wicked dude to death. But the Lord did it in a way where David didn't have to pay for it. He didn't have to pay any consequences of such actions. So sometimes, no matter how much you want to, no matter how much you want to, you want to get your hands, hey, the water, I'll be safe, but no matter how much you want to get your hands on somebody, or you want to, you got to just leave it up to the Lord, just leave it up to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because the second you try to get in, you try to get your hands in there, that you're letting your flesh get the best of you, and keep in mind that everything that happens is orchestrated and set up in the spirit by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He meant everything that happens, the Lord meant for it to happen. There's no accident. So if the Lord meant for it to happen and it's testing your patience, you got to stop and think about that for a second, right? Damn, the Lord is really letting this happen. Why? What is he trying to see? Because he's looking at me right now. Okay, so let me see if I could just get a few precepts while I'm here. Let's see what comes to mind. Oh, let's go to the book of Philippians, chapter. What's that? Chapter 4. Slacky, give me 1 second while I flip these pages. There we go. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse. Whoa, hold up. Oh, there we go. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. And it says here, be careful for nothing, but in everything. Now, when you go into the word careful, it pretty much means stressed out. You're stressed, or you're worried, or you're whatever, like that energy. Don't be stressed about anything. Okay? But in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto the Most High. So whatever it is that you may be going through, whether good, whether bad, when it's good, you give thanks to the Lord. If it's bad, you pray to the Lord. And remain. And now that's usually where the test comes in. When you go through something that is intense and you pray, now you have to remain positive, because positivity equals faith. When you pray and you remain positive, that's because you believe that your prayer has been heard and that the Lord is going to answer it and do something about it in your favor. And that's a positive thing. So, you in your mind, you're not worried. You try not to worry or to stress out because you've left it in the hands of the Lord. But if after you've prayed, all right, you have to pray being mixed with faith. If your prayer has to be mixed with faith, if after you've prayed, you are still stressed the hell out and worried like there's no tomorrow, as if there's no other solution, that can, in turn affect you in a bad way, because then you're not praying with faith, because all those negative thoughts in your head of what if this, what if that, what if, was going to lead to that thing actually happening. Because then the Most High can actually be like, yo, if you're not praying to me, what's that scripture say? He that cometh to the Lord must believe that he is, right? And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. See? So when you pray and you come before the Lord, you need to believe that he is. And you need to believe that what? He is able to deliver you. So if you go praying before the Lord and you don't believe that he is, and you don't believe that he can do whatever it is that you're praying for, then he just might say, I ain't gonna do it. You know? Do it for the vine. Nah, I ain't go. You know, the Lord might just say, look, why should I? You don't believe that I can do it. So that's why when you pray, you gotta, you know, and it's hard because you're being tested. You know, and the situation you're in, sometimes you put in situations where your mind is literally, Lord, if you don't come through for me, there's no possible way that I'm getting out of this. I'm done. I'm screwed. I'm done. I might as well just brace for impact because it's over for me at this point. You know, and so you know your whole energy, your everything is in that prayer that you've thrown up to the Lord. You know, you can feel that prayer in your spirit, like, Lord, I really need, like, this isn't one of those, it's cool if none of this is one of those, like, I need this prayer answered, right? And when you pray, you guys gotta believe, man. You know what? I prayed to the Lord. There's nothing that's impossible, right? With Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, everything is possible. So that means whatever situation I'm in, he can easily deliver me out of this. I mean, if the Lord brought back people from the dead, what can he do? You know? So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 59 verse 1. And it says, behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. See? So when you pray, it's not that the Lord can't hear you. And it's not that the Lord cannot deliver you. He created, he's the Most High. So it's going to be either one of two things. Either he doesn't want to, or you just don't believe that he can. Because now, what's your excuse? The Lord can do it. The Lord heard me. So now what? You know, now what's your reasoning for not having that faith? You have to believe that through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, anything and everything is possible. So now let's go to the book of, because I quoted this earlier. There we go. This is Pillars of Benjamin, Ecclesiasticus 11:25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. Because when you're having a good old time, the first thing on your mind isn't, you having the bad times that you had. You forget that because you're having such a good time. But when you start catching hell, you can barely even remember the good. You don't want to even think about that because you're thinking of how the hell you can get out of this hell. You know? Verse 26, for it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. See? So the Most High can say, there's judgment coming your way. I can either deliver you if you've been righteous, or I can have you be put to death if the Lord desires so. It's an easy thing for the Lord, just like that. Easy money. You know, there's nothing that's even coming close to being remotely difficult for the Lord to do. You got to think about that. You know, that means everything is possible through the hand of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So let's go to the book of Revelation chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven. So the Apostle John, while he was on the island of Patmos, he saw this. He just like he saw the beast, just like he saw the mark, just like he saw people taking it, just like he saw America being destroyed, just like he saw the calamities, just like he saw Yahushua coming back with the clouds, Revelation 1:7 on down. He also saw the elect gaining the victory. He also saw what happens after the war in heaven, Revelation 12:7. And what did he see? He saw us getting the victory. He saw Esau losing. He saw this beast system crumbling. He saw Yahushua conquering. He saw the elect coming down. So that means that it is already going to happen. It's already set to happen. So no matter what we go through now, where we're going to be at the end, if we're of the elect, is already written, is already set. So even if you get put to death, guess what? You still going to be back coming down from them chariots with a new body, because that's how the story is written. And there's nothing that's going to be able to change that storyline. You know, and I've used this example before, but it's like when you watch a trailer, for a movie, and in the trailer, you see the main character. Say you see the main character at the you don't know what time, because the trailer doesn't really show you where in the movie the scenes are from, but you see the main character and he's standing there, I don't know, holding a baby or something like that, right? His son, and he's like with his wife, right? And she's going through labor or whatever the case may be. Now, you see that, and then you actually go into you go to the movie theater, you start watching the movie, and then within the first 20 minutes, you find out the main character got shot in the head. And you're sitting there like, hold on, wait. Now something is not making sense, because the trailer showed, and now mind you, in the movie where he gets shot in the head, his wife is pregnant. So now you're sitting there like, wait, hold on a second. He just got shot in the head. But in the trailer, it was in the emergency room or wherever the room is at, and he was holding his wife's hand as she was giving birth. So how is he dead if in the trailer there's a certain scene has to be in this movie where the main character is there with his wife giving birth, but he got shot in the head and she's pregnant? So now the only thing that makes sense, no matter how crazy it may be to imagine it, is that the main character doesn't die. Yeah, he got shot in the head. His brains got blown out. And you don't know what's going to happen, but you know something is going to happen that's going to allow him to be alive when his wife is giving birth, because that scene is already in the trailer. See? So right now, we are watching the trailer through the scriptures. And the trailer says that the elect are going to get the victory, and they're going to not take the mark, and they're going to be in the chariot, they're going to get beamed up. And now we're at the point in the movie where it's playing out, where it looks like they're about to have the upper hand. It looks like these devils, put this up. It looks like these devils are going to get the upper hand, and that they're going to just come down with great wrath and get all of us. But then you got to stop and think, hold on a second. No, that doesn't make sense, because the elect still have to be here. The elect are going to be delivered. They're going to be in the chariots. So even if somebody gets put to death, something has to happen for them to end up on a chariot. Even if somebody, it looks like they're going to starve to death, if they're of the elect, something's going to have to happen to where they don't starve to death, because they got to be on a chariot. You see? They got to be delivered. That's what the scripture said. So when you think like that, you don't really worry, because you know that at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, it's going to be positive for you if you're of the elect, because it ends with the elect getting delivered. Positivity. Okay? Revelation 15:1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of God. Verse 2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast. So John saw those that had gotten the victory over the beast. And who were those that had gotten the victory over the beast? The elect. And John saw them, right? It says, and over his image, his system, and over his mark. Meaning, whatever system they're trying to put into place now, guess what? There's going to be an elect that is going to survive through it. However harsh they come with their draconian measures trying to force that charagma on people, guess what? The elect are going to make it through it. So if they say that if you don't take this charagma, you can't eat, there's going to have to be an alternative for the elect to eat. You got to look at the positives, right? There's going to have to be an alternative that the Lord is going to do for the elect to eat, because here John said that they got the victory over the mark, meaning they didn't take it. But if they say if you don't take it, you can't eat, but then they didn't take it and they're still alive, then something has to fill in the blanks, right? Positivity. It says, and over the number of his name stand on a sea of glass, having the harps of God. And that sea of glass is the firmament, because the elect are going to be in the chariot looking down. It says, verse 3, and they sing the song of Moses, which is a song of victory, and the servant of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord. Slakia, Lord power almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. All right. And that right there, these are scriptures that you have to meditate upon. Sometimes you may be feeling down. Sometimes you may be feeling vexed. Sometimes you may be upset. Things may not be going right. And that's demons. See, demons don't just hop on people and hop on you, but demons also have the power to mess things up for you. You know, you're driving or you're doing something and shit is just not going right. You know, you reach for a cup and you know you have the cup in your hand and it just slips out and it breaks. Now you gotta, and then it had you made your favorite tea. You know, you spend a good 10 minutes making your favorite tea, using your last ingredients, and then the glass breaks and then it spills all over the floor. And you get, once again, it's demons, and they're trying to trigger an emotion. They're trying to get you to be angry. You know what the. You know, they're trying to get that out of you, but you got to remember, you got to recognize instantly, you know what, it's just demons trying to mess with me, you know, and it might not stop there. The whole day, shit just might not be going right for you, you know, but at the end of the day, it's just demons trying to mess with you. You pray, you rebuke them, and then you keep on going. Okay, you have to endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Now, there was one more precept, there it is, the book of Revelation, that I wanted to get. Let me see what we got on here. That's right. This is Big Nez, Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be, behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Yeah, because who are the Lord's servants? Well, clearly those that are serving the Lord, right? So those that are putting in the work, serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the Lord said they're going to eat, they're going to drink, they're going to, you know, rejoice, while everybody else goes through the tribulation and catches hell. You thirsty, you hungry, you know, you're going through all of this. All right? So now this is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. It says, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. All right? And so guess what? That time is coming. Think about the reward. Yahweh Shai said he's coming with, he's coming quickly to reward every man as his work shall be. See, so there's a reward coming. There's a paycheck coming at the end of this. You know, it's not going to be just us going through catching hell left and right, putting in work, people, you know, mocking us, ridiculing us, all this, that, and the third. There's a paycheck. There's a reward at the end of all of this. You know, and the time is here very soon where we're going to get that reward. Okay, so meditate on those things, you know, stay in the spirit, all right, of positivity. Speak life, you know, and meditate on positive things. Rebuke that negative energy. Okay, because when you have positive energy, you get boosted to do more. So with that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.